Joseph Lawrence Dickson, a name most wouldn't know, but has more significance to Fayetteville than people may think. He settled on what was originally part of the Arkansas highway system, abandoned by the Transportation Department, unknowingly setting into motion the events that led to Dixon Street's development.
Dixon Street got its name from a family whose last name was Dickson. The father of the family, Joseph L. Dickson, was a prominent merchant and civic-minded person who built his family home on what is now Dickson Street.
His name was Joseph Lawrence Dickson, and before the street was even named, he had a road that headed west toward where the university would end up, and people just referred to it as Dixon Street.
They donated part of their land for the initial Methodist church to be built, and then over the years the Methodist church expanded, and eventually the Dixon Street home was no more. But that's how it got its name for the Dickson family.
What jump-started the community's drive towards Dixon Street was the construction of the railroad.
Once the railroad came in, there were lots of companies that sprouted up to serve the needs of the railroad, and also because they could ship things easily. A lot of companies built near the railroad, and that meant building on Dixon Street.
Dixon Street, being so close to the railroad tracks, was in a very desirable location for wholesale grocers and for the ice plant and things of that sort.
Certainly over the 19th century it changed from being sort of residential to becoming the primary manufacturing industrial part of town. Once the railroad came in, there were lots of companies that sprouted up to serve the needs of the railroad, and also because they could ship things easily. A lot of companies built near the railroad, and that meant building on Dixon Street.
And of course it made it possible for lots of other kinds of travelers to come, and even fairly early on the university would invite speakers to come here and address the campus, address the student population, or things like that, or musicians, or there would be road shows that would come in and take up space up on College Avenue. So it opened up the city in a great many ways.
The railroad was central to developing Dixon Street.
The University of Arkansas Theater, or UARK Theater, was the center of entertainment on Dixon Street. After the closing of the UARK, the Walton Arts Center was constructed.
I would say the UARK is another historic spot. Through the 50s and 60s, it was the happiest place to go to see a movie.
The UARK Theater was an older form of entertainment, but even while it was there, you still had your bands at George's and the Whitewater and a couple other places on Dixon. You had the restaurants. So its closing, I don't think, really devastated the entertainment scene.
Yeah.
But the entertainment scene on Dixon was growing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so it was already growing when the theater had closed, so I don't think it was a big loss to the entertainment scene. Had the Walton Arts Center not moved to Dixon, I'm not sure it would be the same street today. And it definitely was what spurred the renewal of Dixon Street.
It really sort of revolutionized the whole street. If you're a property owner, it suddenly makes you realize, okay, this is going to be a place where people are going to come. And so it makes you want to invest in your own property. And so the Arts Center probably had a bigger effect on the street than anything else.
The Eat, Drink, Play city of Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville is known for its entertainment scene.
I like it because it does fit, especially Dixon Street. Fayetteville in general, we have so many restaurants across the town that it's obvious that we're a community that loves to eat out, loves to have a social kind of atmosphere going on. And Dixon Street is sort of the epitome of that.
I actually think it should go back to its historic motto, Athens of the Ozarks, just because it's where the university is, and we do have the recreation, and Athens was also a town that had recreation.
And Dixon Street really is the place where if you're going to be out and having fun, that's the place to be.
Not only is Fayetteville known for its entertainment scene, but it's also known for its college atmosphere. With college towns, there's football, and Arkansas has plenty of passionate fans.
The street itself comes right into campus, brings you right into the heart of the campus. I have a very particular memory of the goalpost on Dixon Street. We had been playing the University of Tennessee that year, and Tennessee had been really highly ranked, and we weren't expected to win, but we did. One of those games where we just played lights out, and we beat Tennessee, and of course the crowd just swarmed the field. Fans had torn down the goalpost at the field. They had run it outside the stadium and up over the hill and down Dickson Street and placed it up against the balcony of the Ozark Mountain Brewing. There was a whole bunch of us there that evening who were good friends, and we all got out Sharpies and signed the goalpost.
Over the years, Dickson Street has developed into a hub for everyone to come and enjoy. Everyone can find something that suits them on Dixon.
I think Dickson Street is a popular destination in part because it has so many different lures hanging out there.
Dickson Street has had all kinds of identities over the decades. Sometimes it's been thriving, and then it's been just practically dying, and now it's on the upswing again.
Just about anything that happens in Fayetteville can happen on Dickson Street, and so I've been to a lot of just a wide variety of different events on the street. It's got to appeal to somebody, so you end up with a lot of people coming. As the city has infilled with more residential along the street, you end up with more people going out to eat, more people buying goods, so a variety of stores, commercial operations end up doing better as that kind of development happens. I don't think I could have predicted 30 years ago what it would be like today. It's sometimes hard to estimate a value, put a value on something like a history. The real value is being able to see where your town has been and have a better sense of where it's going as a result.
Dickson Street has a rich history that has shaped its development as well as Fayetteville into what it is today. History really is priceless, and Fayetteville will be looking back to it as it continues to grow and change.